Okay, we need to have a conversation about a player for the Detroit Lions that I believe is underrated. I believe he is an analytics darling, and I believe that he is more athletic, more gifted as a player than any of us kind of think he is. But before we get into that, we have 4th of July coming up here in just a couple of days, depending on when you're watching this video, maybe even a day. What are you doing for the 4th? We here in Michigan, the 4th, we go nuts, right? Like somebody has a cottage, somebody you know has a boat, somebody you know has a pool, or at least somebody you know has a big field that they're going to set fireworks off in. What are you doing this 4th? Any good last minute options for this family? Me and Chris, the other guy who does this channel, we're getting on a boat with a couple other people that have sports talk channels that we've helped start. And we're just going to enjoy with our families some time hanging out, having some good snacks, and just hanging out on the boats, letting the kids swim, all that kind of stuff. But what are you doing for the 4th? Now, here's what we're going to get into in this video is one and only Kalif Raymond. And before you turn this off, I want to give an argument as to why Kalif Raymond not only is a very capable number 2, all right, but an absolutely capable, if not good, number 3. And you can see what he does. First off, he's been here for 3 years with us, just like St. Brown, right? He is the guy that after practice is on the jugs machine, just like St. Brown. He works hard. He may be the second fastest player on this team. I think we all can agree that J-Mo is the fastest, but if you were to have Gibbs, Raymond, and J-Mo line up, I think it would be a very tight race, and I have numbers that will back that up. He is very, very good. And I think a lot of us have looked at him as a punt returner. And maybe we look at him as a punt returner, because he's coming in from Tennessee after a couple years. And basically in his 4 years in the NFL, before he came to the Lions, that's what he did. He returned punts. He returned kicks. But since he's come to Detroit, he's been a 500-plus yard receiver every single year. But it's time to look into some numbers, and I've taken so long to get into this. All right, it says in this article on Sideline Report, analytics shine more positive light on him. Yeah, huge. First, we start with PFF, 75.8 grade. That's a top 30 grade among all wide receivers. But it goes so much deeper than that. It really, really does. All right. When you look at his ability to get open, he is unbelievable. PFF recently ranked top wide receivers from last season based on their target rate, which boils down to how well someone gains separation on their targets. So every time he had the ball thrown to him, how often was he open? He ran 43 targeted routes. So on 43 routes, Jared Goff threw him the ball. He was open 42 out of those 43 times. Are you kidding me? That is number 1 in the NFL. It is a 97.7% open target rate. That doesn't mean that he's open on 97.7% of his routes, but 97.7% of the time that Jared Goff throws him the ball, he is open. All right, here's what Lauren Gray said. Raymond gained separation on all but one of his 43 targets. He finished 3rd on the team in target rate, 22.2%. So when he was on the field, they got him the ball. Anything over 20% is a high target rate. And receiving yards with 489, while leading the way in yards after the catch at 6.7. Raymond gained 20 first downs, had 9 catches of 20-plus yards, and generated a team-best 121 passer rating when being targeted. That passer rating when being targeted leads me into what my favorite stat is. That is my absolute favorite stat in the NFL for wide receivers, especially when you have the same quarterback throwing to them. So in this scenario, I'm going to do a passer rating when targeted for Kalif Raymond and Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amon-Ra St. Brown sets the bar. We all agree with that, right? We agree that he sets the bar. So in 2023, Kalif Raymond, when targeted, had a passer rating. Jared Goff had a passer rating when targeting Raymond of 121.8. For Amon-Ra St. Brown, very good as well, 118. All right, these are very, very impressive numbers. What about 2022? We'll do all 3 years they were here together. For Kalif Raymond, it was 106.7. For Amon-Ra St. Brown, it was 111.8. Round 2 goes to St. Brown. All right, as you would expect. And then in 2021, which was St. Brown's rookie season, Kalif Raymond's first year with the team, Kalif Raymond had a passer rating when targeted of 106.6. And Amon-Ra St. Brown was a 107 even. So St. Brown is doing it on far greater targets, over double the targets, and I understand that. But when you look at these guys, they are a very similar profile when looking at them. St. Brown's a little bigger at 6'1", 200 plus. Kalif Raymond's only 5'8", 180. Kalif Raymond's faster. All right, now I want to go ahead and I want to look at what we're looking at for his speed, because I think a lot of us forget just how fast he is. All right, he has a relative athletic score of 8.16, but I would like to point you into right here. I'd like to bring you right over here. All right, 4.3440. All right, coming out of Holy Cross. Holy cow, right? And all of these numbers are some of the fastest 40 times and splits anybody's ever run. And he did it at 5'8". All right, he's put on some weight. He's maintained his speed. He is a very, very fast player. And then you need to take a look at our depth chart. And then I have one more fun kind of analytic thing for you, right? Jameson Williams, St. Brown, Kalif Raymond. After that, what is there? He can play this role. I have seen Kalif Raymond line up on the outside and be successful. I have seen St. Brown line up on the outside and be successful. All right? More so than I've seen Donovan Peoples-Jones line up on the outside and be successful. Outside of that 1 year in Cleveland. More so than Antoine Green as an unproven player. More so than Traquan Smith or anybody else. Anybody else on this roster. They are counting on Kalif Raymond to be that player. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they're trying to find someone different to be a punt returner, because they're going to use Kalif Raymond so much on the offensive side of the ball. I really do think that could be an absolute real thing. All right. The other thing that he was really, really good at, all right, is first down percentage rate. He had a 60% first down percentage rate, which I believe was double what anybody else did. It was just crazy. All right, that's the last thing that I wanted to talk to you about. His open score last year of 84 was better than the Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill and one behind Lamb. Allen lapped the field with a score of 91. All right, Keenan, that would be. All right, so he was sitting there right up there with Tyreek Hill, Keenan Allen, and CeeDee Lamb for guys who can get open. Don't underestimate this player. I don't think he has the body. I don't think he has the size, basically, to be a guy who's a 100-catch guy. I'm not even saying we're going to try and make him a 100-catch guy. But if you put him in a bigger role, all you're going to do is see him be better. This is the underrated playmaker that we have. Be confident what he is. Just because he's not the normal mold of what we're used to seeing doesn't mean that he won't be a great second receiver for this team. All right, thanks for watching. Happy 4th. See you on the next one.